Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Tuesday, October 29th, 2013. First, I want to take a look at the announcements from yesterday, and of particular interest is the pending home sales index. And here you can see that the level of 107.7 is the prior. They didn't have any consensus or range or anything. The actual is 101.6. Exactly what that is that I don't know exactly what that number is, but it's smaller than the prior. That's the first thing of note. Second thing of note is the index month to month change. And here you can see that prior it was down 1.6, and here's the consensus. They were looking for, most people were looking for a positive number, or at least 0% here. We ended up with a minus 5.6. That's kind of a big deal. And when I went back and I looked at all these announcements for 2013 up to this one, this is definitely a bad report. Now they're blaming it on, believe it or not, on the government shutdown, and all those people that work for the government couldn't buy houses during that 3-week period or whatever it was that the shutdown was going on, and that's a bunch of BS. I'm sorry. If you work for the, first of all, there weren't that many people that were laid off. I mean, geez. Anyway, I think that that's kind of a bogus excuse. They'll just search around for any excuse. They really don't know why. I can tell them why, because people are losing jobs, so they're not buying houses, or they're working part-time. So that's what I'm seeing anyway. So back to today. We have a producer price index, retail sales, Case-Shiller, business inventories, and consumer confidence. This should be one to take a look at. Looks like consumer confidence is trending up. So we'll see if that trend is going to continue or not. Okay, so that's it for market affecting announcements. Let's go see what's happening over in Asia. And we have a mixed close here with some bearish and some bullish closes. Sensex was pretty positive. The Nikkei was effectively flat. And in Europe, we are looking overall bullish at lunchtime over there. So things are kind of looking up there. All right, let's go to the U.S. futures. And it is looking pretty flat here in the U.S. Gold is down $7.40, still hanging around that $13.50 mark, and oil is down another 46 cents. Well, I shouldn't say another 46 cents, just down to 98.22 since the close of trade yesterday. So we were looking at in the 97s, I think, the end of last week and maybe even yesterday. Let's take a look at a chart here and see exactly what it tells us. Yeah, we were down to 97 last week, and now we're sort of creeping up a little bit. So you can use this chart for the same thing. We hit support here on a 50-week average, moving average, and or we hit it here. We were bounced along it here, and came back down, and we're bouncing along it again. So let's see if it breaks down and moves below that or not. I find this kind of interesting here. Let's take a look at this. Which moving average is this? I don't pay much attention to these other ones. This is the 100-week moving average, and it's actually looks like it's starting to bend down or at least flatten out. Just a point of curiosity. I have no idea exactly what it means. So don't listen to me. Sometimes I really don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's it for the futures. Take a look at maybe what happened yesterday. Let's close this and open that. This is our A plus list, but in our account, the VIX trade now, the VIX moved up or down, or up, I should say, a slight bit yesterday. Not much though, but a little bit. So we're up $5 on that particular spread, and then gold not doing too hot today. It was looking pretty good yesterday, but not doing too hot today. And then we were looking at CF. Let's take a look at CF. We did get an alert trigger here on CF, and you can see that it was 33 seconds after the open, and then we got the alert on SPX, but I didn't do anything with that yet. Just not feeling, it would have been a bullish spread, and I'm just not feeling bullish at the moment, so I'm going to hang back for that. So on CF, we got a huge gap here, and that's because they're going to sell their phosphate business to Mosaic, or at least the Florida phosphate business. And phosphate is a big business in Florida. When I was living in the Tampa area, there's a huge phosphate plant there. And of course, mostly what comes out of there is drywall for houses. So I'm not sure exactly, this gap up here may just be temporary, and it may come back down into reality here, and it may continue its march up. I don't know, but now this gap and earnings next week, probably going to stay away from CF for right now. So I'm going to take this target off of here so I don't get distracted. And the other alert that we got, of course, was on the SPX, and yes, it moved up a little bit yesterday to, it looks like, a new high, but I'm not, it might be kind of overextended for this week. And looking at the close yesterday, it was a very weak close. So I'm holding back and waiting one more day on that. And then we had Amazon for a 1-to-1 trade, and I didn't like the looks of that either. Looking at the open, it was actually a little bit weaker. I didn't feel comfortable doing a 1-to-1 here at the 365 we were talking about. No way, Jose, would I do that. So holding back on that as well. So that recaps yesterday. Let's jump right into the A plus list. And we looked, here's Apple after their earnings. Okay, earnings last night. Yeah, let's take a look at this. This is interesting. There is a lot of movement. 542 down to 502 or thereabouts. And initially after their earnings announcement, and then there's a lot of movement around within that range, and then it's pretty much settled down, and here we are today with effectively no change. That doesn't happen very often with Apple, that there's effectively no change at the open, at least the way that it's looking right now. So we're still looking for a hook down here. Not sure we're going to get it. Now we're in real life trading with Apple. Earnings are over. We may need to wait a while for it to settle down and decide exactly what it's going to do after earnings. So we'll just keep an eye on that one for right now. Amazon, of course, I mentioned this before. Their earnings are all done with, and now we're looking for a dip down here, and we'll see if this gap here is going to hold up or if it's going to be filled. And there's another gap here that's still open. So gaps tend to be filled, but not all the time. So we're waiting for that one to mature. Baidu. What do we got going here? We're still, our 50 MA on the daily is still green, so we're still looking for a bullish trade on this. Although we're not getting confirmation on the weeklies. It's looking pretty weak on the weeklies. And we're pretty much in a sideways trend here as well. We have earnings coming up, so we're not going to do anything right now with Baidu. Celgene, we may have a trade here. Yeah, we might get our hook. We might get a hook. So let's see if that happens. We're still waiting for that one to give us some enlightenment and confirmation. CF, of course, we talked about that one before. Leaving that one alone for right now. We'll just keep an eye on what it does after that announcement. Chipotle is just moving right along. Chipotle might be another one that might be good for a one-to-one trade. But here, I don't like the way that candle looks right there in particular. It may have run out of gas, so I'm staying away from that one for anything right now. I'm going to move the target over. I'll wait for that one to mature. It's okay if we're not heavy in the market right now. It is earnings season too, so we need to be patient. Okay, Google looks like it may be moving down into our target area. How are we looking on the weekly? Still relatively strong, so we have confirmation on the bullish side. So we're waiting for that one to mature. Goldman Sachs, waiting for it to come down and give us an entry. Sort of mixed signals here. A lot of big range bars with seemingly no direction. And actually our 50 MA, which is our key moving average here, is flat at the moment. So we're still waiting for that one to mature. LinkedIn, we have earnings coming up tomorrow, or today after the market. So that one should be interesting. MasterCard. Earnings tomorrow, Thursday. No, wait, tomorrow. What is today? Jeez. Today's 29th. Thursday. Their earnings are Thursday. Before the market. No entry here. Staying away because of those earnings. Netflix. This crazy day here on Netflix, and it's looking pretty darn weak. We're getting turnovers on our momentum here on the weekly. We've had it before. We're having it again. I would be willing to bet that if you wanted to do a bear call on this, you'd probably be pretty good. Maybe a 1-to-1 on that. Let's just take a peek, just real quick for fun and profit. So if we were to do a bear call at the money, that would be 310 probably. Yeah, 265. So that would be at 310. We're at 314. this week, you're betting that it could move down here. That might be a good one-to-one trade. So I am going to put that one in the books here. Even though our 50 MA and the daily is moving up, I'm seeing this turnover here on the weeklies. And when that happened the last time, this is the price action that we got. And we could get similar price action to that. Come down here and meet the 50 sometime this week. And hit it like it did back here. So that could be a good one. So what I'll do is I'll slap an alert on this thing. Don't necessarily want the alert to go off, but I have a feeling it probably will. You can take a look here and see. And it might not. But I still want to take a look at it, regardless of if the alert goes off or not. All right, moving right along here, price line. Right, this alert did not trigger from yesterday, so I am removing it because it is no longer valid. And let's take a look at our calendar here. And here we have the peak is above 2,000. Remember, it was below 2,000 in the past. Now it's above 2,000. The trade is up $20. And if we continue to get the movement down on this, this will start to become quite profitable. Say we come down even close to, well, if we come down to the strike, that would be the most ideal, of course. So, but what about other trades on Priceline? Well, we are in a positive trend, bullish trend here. We just to move our target over. And we would still have time for a trade this week should we get a swing back up. Definitely would not go for anything next week on Priceline, because when it moves, it moves. All right, SPX. I was thinking of this one here for the short at 1740. Still not feeling real comfortable about it. We'll see how the market moves today. But we're still looking flat. Yeah, we're still pretty flat for the open here. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Take these October trades off of here. Let's see. Whoa, Tesla. What is going on? Are you setting up for an earnings play here? Well, this is looking very bearish on this stock. So I'm not going to touch it for right now, but when it moves below the 50 MA on a daily chart, that's kind of a big deal. So that is kind of a big deal. I have to think about this today. How's it looking pre-market? Yeah, it's up a little bit. So it's probably going to, well, I don't know. Somebody bought it here and somebody sold it here. Somebody made a couple bucks very quickly today. But I don't know about this. I don't know about Tesla. I'll watch it today. Alright, let's go back here and take a look at Visa. Oh, we have earnings coming up. Not touching that one. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.